एक मोमेंट तो ऐसा आया था ना when you met the Prime Minister of India.
Okay.
पैसा और power.
Well, you thought to be your friends turn out to be enemy. And your enemy comes and keeps on helping you. They become your friends.
And you have just put a pin and burst the bubble.
Life lived for yourself is nothing left. You need to live life for others as well. But probably the amount of people they are there in your funeral tells a lot of things.
Hi everyone, this is Amitaashree and welcome to Tales and Talks. Well, today's episode is the living proof that dreams don't come with zip codes. From being a school backbencher to rubbing shoulders with nation's most powerful leaders, this journey will be inspiring and maybe a little teary-eyed. So everyone, grab that headphone and maybe a cup of chai and let's get the conversation rolling. Hello, how are you?
I'm good. Ami?
Before we start, Punjabi aa gaye hoye. Is that a vibe you always do in your politics also, or is it today special?
No, of course. Punjabis are ruling over the world. So I said, why not? Wear this.
I love that. I envy you. I wish I could have this, you know.
Okay, after the show is over, I'll get one for you.
Thank you
Get
so
it.
much.
Yeah.
So tell me, how are you?
I'm good. Fantastic. Yeah, you?
And okay. I'm getting intimidated. This is the first time happening, yeah?
Okay.
Oh my god. No, this is the first time happening
It's
and I'm
okay.
getting intimidated by
People
you.
do.
Wow. This let better go to the BTS also, obviously, no? So tell me, how was life as a kid back then?
Oh, life as a kid was good. I was a very notorious child back then, and it was all about going to school, playing football, cricket, doing your homework, and I think dreaming big in small town.
So the studious type or the backbencher type?
Always a backbencher at heart, but with the front row ambitions.
Oh, nice. So how did this politics? Why politics?
See, I've always seen people, most of them, sitting at home, putting in the AC, sitting in the couch, putting on a news channel and telling, oh, this could have done better. ये ऐसा हो सकता था, वैसा हो सकता था. So one fine day, my father told me that, बैठ के कुछ नहीं होता है, करना पड़ता है. So if you really want to, be the change, you have to go to that platform, stand there and stand up for what you believe in. So yes, I think it's one of the main reasons that if you wish to be the change, if you want to see the change, you have to stand up.
Gurpreet, being from a small town, like a backbencher small town, and today working with one of the most of the influential MPs in the country, how does that feel?
How does it feel? It feels good. It feels good to learn from the stalwarts. And of course, one of the main good thing is that you have a lot of chai in the long political meeting. So I think chai has become my best friend. Yeah.
But तो आपको कॉफी पसंद नहीं है क्या?
But I'm a chai guy.
You're a chai
Yeah, I'm
guy.
a chai guy, yes.
Nice. I can see the गेरुआ part also little.
Okay, yeah, all right.
तो एक बात बताइए, जब आपका ये decision हुआ कि you will join politics, what was your friends and family reaction?
See, there was not a decision, when I was in class 11, I still remember, we were new in the school, and, we were getting inducted with the teachers. Teachers were knowing us, and suddenly one fine day, our chairman comes to our classroom and he asks everybody of us that, what is your ambition? What do you want to become? So, I had my cousins also in the same class and, friends. So everybody was like, I want to become a doctor. Some said, I want to become an influencer. Some said, I want to become a pilot. And when it came to me, I was like, I want to become a politician, So everybody laughed back then. But the same friends, when I meet right now, they said that we laughed at that point of time, but you really made it. So I said, yes, I have come through, but abhi Delhi bahut dur hai. Abhi there are miles to go before I sleep. So yes.
But ये जो अभी आप बता रहे हो, like usually हम लोग जब स्कूल में पूछा जाता है, ये बहुत कॉमन होता है कि इंजीनियर, डॉक्टर्स, सब पॉलिटिशियन ही क्यों? मतलब तब क्या रैंडम थॉट आया था या फिर बनना था, like कुछ देख के, like was there any aha moment that was like, नहीं, I want to enter politics?
See, that aha moment was once that when I realized that my voice could amplify others' struggles, that I can do it. People look up to me. So when that happened, I thought to myself that yes, I think I can bring a change. And there's no harm in trying. And people always say, follow your passion. So I'm just following my passion. Uh, the destination is not important, but the journey is. So enjoy the journey till it lasts.
Talking about your journey, what was the like challenging time you faced? Because you were very young when you joined politics, if I'm not wrong. So what was the challenging part back then?
See, young doesn't define politics. I think wisdom doesn't come with age, Your actions do. What you're doing, what is your mindset, what have you thought about, your goals in the life and how you want to serve it. I think that matters. I think age is just a number.
Just a number.
Just a number, I tell you.
बट कोई ऐसा तो नहीं हो सकता कि चैलेंजेस हुआ नहीं बिकॉज वी ऑफन हियर दैट पॉलिटिक्स में जाना मतलब बहुत चैलेंजेस आने वाले हैं बहुत ये आने वाले वो एज एन आउटसाइडर आई एम सीइंग बट यू आर द इनसाइडर आउट हियर तो कुछ तो चैलेंजेस हुए होंगे
देखिए डे टू डे सबके challenges होते हैं you are here, you have come, you have a beautiful studio. I'm sure to set up the studio also you must have faced challenges. So every journey, हमको लगता है कि the grass is always greener on the other side, but it depends on which side you water it. So you have to water your own grass. Struggles will be there, but you have to keep it going. जिंदगी का चक्का रुकना नहीं चाहिए, चलना चाहिए. कहाँ जा रहा नहीं जा रहा वो important नहीं है, बस चलना चाहिए.
Do you believe, I do not remember that actor who says this, that जिंदगी लंबी होनी चाहिए नहीं?
बड़ी होनी चाहिए, लंबी नहीं.
So you believe in that dialogue?
Of course I do.
So when you're talking about politics, we have a very notion, politics मतलब एक white कुर्ता, white पहन लो आप एक खदा लगा लो एक ओवर जैकेट लगा लो एंड दैट इज लाइक द ओल्ड ट्रेडिशन इन पॉलिटिक्स एंड देयर आई सी यू टुडे राइट हियर सो डू यू थिंक दैट दिस इज अ वाइब ऑफ द पॉलिटिक्स व्हिच यू आर इन
Yes, I think it's substance and style both, and I think the generation we're young, and the party I belong to is more of an ideology, principles, and I think it goes both ways. So yes.
But there are many people who wants to join politics, but they're petrified. They're terrified to join because उन लोगों के पास एक notion है. तो what advice would you give it to them that like यार join करो?
I wouldn't give them any advice. I would just say just dive in, because when you dive in, that's how change happens. Okay, until unless you don't, and like I said, if you're just gonna be at home and criticize, nothing is gonna change.
But Gurpreet, आपको नहीं लगता है कि people are much more like it's very easy to say behind the camera, behind as a like एक masked face में that ये कर रहा है वो ये कर रहा है but कोई काम करना नहीं चाहता है. तो ये जो आपका जो डिसीजन था पॉलिटिक्स में आने के लिए तो डू यू थिंक दैट दिस आल्सो इज वन ऑफ द मेजर डिसीजन दैट यार मेरे को बोलना नहीं है मेरे को करना भी है?
Yes, I always say politics is all about actions, not just speeches. So भाषण अब तो जहाँ देना है. और मेरे ज़िंदगी के 3 मंत्र थे. मेरे को किसी ने जब मैं राजनीति में घुसा था तो उन्होंने मुझे बताया था द 3 M's: मंच, माला और माइक. मतलब ये 3 चीज़ों से दूर रहिए. आप वॉट एवर यू आर डूइंग यू कीप ऑन डूइंग एंड योग्य बनिए. इफ़ यू आर डूइंग गुड, योर इंटेंशंस आर गुड, यू विल बी रिकग्नाइज एंड द ड्यू क्रेडिट विल बी गिवन. सो ड्यू क्रेडिट के लिए तो हम सोचते नहीं है वैसे, बट चलते चलो.
Talking about speeches, do you remember your first speech?
Oh, absolutely.
Please tell us.
I still remember my first speech and I was very petrified and I was very nervous. But I think जब speech खत्म हुआ, I still remember I was a little trembling, but everything went okay. And after I heard the applause and people appreciating that yes you spoke good, it was nice, and I think yes probably.
I guess that was the icing in the cake, huh?
ठीक है अभी सीख रहे हैं हम. It's all
You are
about
saying
learning.
that? सीख रहे हैं?
Yeah, of course every day is a learning. No matter if you turn 70, you're still learning something or the other.
I'm sure अभी आप जो बोले कि स्पीच देने के टाइम में आपको डर लगा था, बट एक मोमेंट तो ऐसा आया था ना when you met the Prime Minister of India,
Okay.
where people dream about that, may I'll share a stage with them or anything. But how was that moment for you?
See, it's a very humbling moment for me. It was a very humbling moment, very overwhelming, and also a constant reminder of and the responsibility on my shoulders. That look at our Prime Minister. He works 365 days, no off days taken. Today he's in in US. Tomorrow he's flying somewhere else. Tomorrow he's having the Niti Aayog meeting. So back to back, something or the other. So I tell myself, if our Prime Minister, हमारे देश के प्रधानमंत्री, जो इस उम्र पे इतने एक्टिव और जो योग को भी हर देश में लेके जा रहे हैं, तो अगर वो कर सकते तो मैं क्यों नहीं.
बट जो भी बताइए, यू आर अ मेंबर ऑफ BJYM. How does your day look like? Your day must be also very busy, I'm sure. It's just like, how do you get time That is my first question to you.
See, politics is no time. It's like, if you have a shop and you're a retailer and you're selling it to the customers, customers can come anytime and you have to be prepared. So it's with politics. You have to be
It's not a
prepared.
9 to 5 job.
No, it is not. But it's all about meeting new ideas, chai and repeat. So day to day.
And how do you balance your personal life here?
By personal life, by knowing that, by ensuring that my family is my anchor, no matter how stormy the sea gets. So I give that thing to my family. But yeah, of course, apart from that, they're very worried about my sleep schedule and my eating habits. So yes, it's always in the odd timings. So yeah.
When we are talking about days, I also want to go back to the COVID days.
Okay.
How was back then?
See, COVID days were very awful. I would say, very awful because lot many people died. I personally lost my close ones, and it was terrible. But we made sure since day one that we were on ground zero. We were distributing foods, we were distributing, medical kits, we were helping people to get beds in the hospital, ambulances, and we did best in whatever capacity we could do. So I was out since day one, and in my family, I think everybody knew that if in our family anybody gets COVID, it's me. So yeah, it started in March, but yeah, we kept on doing what we had to, and yeah, I did get COVID as well. I was isolated for I think a month. I was tested thrice positive, but that didn't stop me.
तो
I
डर
was
नहीं लगा आपको?
देखिए अब मरण का टाइम और आने का टाइम वो भगवान के ऊपर है. जब जिसका कटना होगा वो कट लेगा. कोई फिफ्थ फ्लोर से गिरता है तो नहीं मरता है, कोई बाथरूम जाके स्लिप होके पीपल है. सो आई थिंक दैट्स नॉट थिंग. डर की बात नहीं. इट्स ऑल अबाउट सर्विंग योर पीपल एंड इट मेक्स मी हैप्पी.
So the karam is your go-to word, right?
Yes, the purpose. I think the purpose is important. What you want to do, what you are as a person. And it's all about the kick. It makes me feel happy. COVID is actually the time, which I'm sure gave सबको लगा कि जिंदगी बहुत छोटी है. After COVID, people started living more, I feel, and they have been very freely from the mind, and they have taken their life as a gift. But काफ़ी सारी चीज़ें COVID में, I understand there was a ruckus. People were not prepared. We didn't know what is this pandemic all about. फोन्स आ रहे हैं यहाँ से कि दादा আমি মানে হসপিটালে বেড পাচ্ছি না. গেটিং কলস ফ্রম ডিফারেন্ট পার্টস, গেটিং ফ্রম কালিম্পং কি দাজু মলাই ওটা হসপিটাল বেড চাইছে, অ্যাম্বুলেন্স চাই না, ট্রিটমেন্ট হতে চাই না. So you used to feel bad, but you also used to try from within that what you can do. And I still remember there was one of my friend's father. He was in Kishanganj and he wanted to be shifted in Siliguri. There was no hospital bed. He was very critical, so we had to manage a bed in the hospital. We had to manage an ambulance, and all the way coming here, getting his treatment. I know, trust me, and COVID was such कि अपने लोगों को परिवार से मिलने भी आप डर रहे हो, wearing a mask on. You know the situation, right? But at the end of the day, when you used to sleep at night, and you used to just lie down, you used to be so content. And sometimes people used to send messages or give a call, कि दादा अनेक धन्यवाद, God has sent you for us. So I think that was the purpose which was driving me in, and I was like, yes, always, any time to help you guys or anything. But so I think that is the purpose which always motivated me.
The serving was the key. Like as you said, like the main motive of you to join politics जो था वो आप actually during the COVID times when you are doing that and you actually felt very actually I guess we all were very proud. Like people who know you, I guess even they were immensely proud of you when during the COVID time where people only used to think about themselves. But you went all way out to help others, and I guess that's a wonderful thing to do.
Yes.
You kept others above you. I'll rather say that.
I think life is all about that. When you keep when you keep people above you, when you think about people, automatically God thinks about you, and you get it. You get there. I'm telling you, and I always tell everybody कि भगवान का बहुत बड़ा हाथ है मेरे ऊपर. आप अच्छा करते चलो, eventually things will happen. क्या जीना आप अगर अपने लिए जीना है, you should live for the people, do it for people, serve the people as much as you can.
आपका सबसे proudest moment क्या था in BJYM?
See, in BJYM and BJP, my proudest moment was, mobilizing the young voters and making them believe that you guys can make a difference. The youth can make a difference.
But do you think that youth लोगों का एक notion है कि that हम लोगों का सुना नहीं जाता है?
Yeah, see, they're often heard as noise instead of potential. But I think in the due course of time, that will be covered too. I mean,
How do you ensure to stay connected with them?
see, there are a lot of things, ground level campaigns, social medias, by listening, and less talking and, acting upon them, getting out solutions. We have a lot of campaigns we did, Chai Pe Charcha, where we go out, we talk with the youth, we tell them that, how your vote can make a difference. India is going out towards the 100 years of independence in 2047. So, and we have one of the youngest, we are the countries where we have the youngest voters. So, by telling them that they really can make a difference.
Uh, Correct me if I'm wrong, मेरे को लगता है कि youth in urban and youth in rural have a different mindset. But because their approach to politics is different. Do you think so?
No, I don't think so. I mean, yes, rural or urban ka gap rahega. That is one of the most important things which I'm working upon. And in the next couple of years, that's my goal to bridge the gap between the rural and urban. And I think we will do that. ऐसा कुछ difference अभी फिलहाल नहीं है. People understand things and every technology, everybody अभी जियो ने 199 में इतना ऑफर्स दिए कि सबके मोबाइल पे इंटरनेट है. Everybody has a smartphone. So I don't think so much. But yes, there is a gap. I wouldn't deny that. In due course of time.
Gurpreet, when we talk about internet, I guess social media gets into the picture.
Oh yes.
I think that it has become like a rally, and there have been protests, there have been trolls, and I'm sure by you are in the public eye, so I'm sure you have also received a fair share of your trolls. तो ये जो scenarios है, आपको लगता है कि politics में ये help करता है social media?
I think these trolls and all, they are just unpaid PR. People will tell eventually, आप अच्छा कर लो, बुरा कर लो, people will always have something to tell. Like I said, if someone really wants to bring a change, घर से उठो, get out of your comfort zone, go out, make a change. And if you can't do it, then let things be how they are, right?
आप कैसे डील करते हो ऐसे नेगेटिविटी में?
मैं बोलता हूँ I'm making waves, that's the reason. So it's okay. कुछ तो लोग कहेंगे, लोगों का काम है कहना.
Beautifully
So
said.
people will tell.
Beautifully said. But आपको लगता है कि in coming years it will play a major role and change the whole course of politics?
Of course, it will. I'm sure it will, and it is again bridging the gap between people and power. So people are getting connected. Go back to, I think before 2014, when MLA wasn't accessible, MP wasn't accessible. But after 2014, during our prime minister regime, it's so easily, you can get an appointment, you can go, you can give your grievances, you can talk and you can share things. And people, the member of parliaments, MLA, everybody, they're more accessible, I feel.
Yes, and I've seen you also that you have spent quite a lot of time with the Chanakya of Indian politics, Home Minister Amit Shah. How was that moment? How did you feel back then?
So, see, while you just said his name, I just got goosebumps, because it just takes me the first time when I met him. As a kid, I always had seen the home minister or maybe the prime minister in the TV, but not many people know that my family is not from, they're not into politics.
Oh.
So my great grandfather, my grandfather, my father, they're all into business. I come from a businessman family. So we are pioneers over here in Siliguri from the last 55 years. But it was me who went out, did it on my own. I think I've done a good job though. So yes, meeting him was amazing, and one of the main things which I have learned from him is strategy isn't always about winning; it's about sustaining impact. So that is the mantra I always keep in my head, and I live with it, and I implement in my day-to-day life.
After talking to you, like it's very clear that you are always into politics.
Okay.
But imagine, just giving you a situation that if not politics, what space would you have been in?
Oh wow, that's a nice question. I think I would be a singer or a stand-up comedian because politics have both covered. I feel. So yeah.
So singing or does
I
it
love
help?
singing. Yeah, I love singing. I was in my school band. We sang a couple of songs. Yeah, I was there, and I love singing in my free time as well. People say I'm a good singer, so yeah, I do.
Gurpreet, when you're talking, you're being a singer. So I have another question. ये है कि आपको लगता है कि फ्यूचर के पॉलिटिशियंस को ज़्यादा इन्फ्लुएंसर बनना पड़ेगा टू स्टे मोर रेलेवेंट एंड कनेक्टेड टू द यूथ?
बनना पड़ेगा. I think our prime minister only is the biggest influencer. He's influenced million of lives, and just look at him. You look at him. He's traveling. He's doing this. He's making videos, and I mean,
I remember when the Ram Mandir opening, before the Ram Mandir opening, his Instagram posts were on fire. I
Yes.
mean, the way he was posting and those content, like going deep down, doing all sort of. It was amazing. I was like, wow, man, this man has an aura. So, like, have you ever thought कि आपको भी कभी ऐसा करने का मन होता है?
बिल्कुल उनको देख के तो लगता है कि हम भी करें वही बता रहा हूँ कि इफ़ ही कैन डू इट व्हाई नॉट वी एंड वी आर फॉलोइंग वी आर फॉलोइंग हिज पाथ सो प्रॉब्ली यस
सो ऐसा कुछ नहीं है कि फ्यूचर का पॉलिटिशियंस होना पड़ता है. आवर प्राइम मिनिस्टर इज इटसेल्फ एन इन्फ्लुएंसर
Is
इन
itself
सोशल
a, yeah,
मीडिया.
of course, of course, of course. So just look at him, traveling to different countries, meeting the biggest leaders in the world, and how he has shaped India from what India was before 2014 and what it is now.
I personally believe, like all those memes pages comes in, no, that a travel influencer, travel blog. But I think the you doesn't seem to understand here that there is more to it.
Of course.
There is a social media. It is a usage of good things also and negative things also. Uh, what I personally believe is this, that when we are living in a country, uh, if there is a representative, जो भी है वो अपना है. So rather than spreading these all things that travel influencer, travel vlogger to such an aura man, I think that is something which people should actually look about it and stop doing
No,
this.
absolutely. I think social media is a double-edged sword. You need to use it wisely, and people need to understand that. But it's okay. Where there is good, there is bad. Where there is God, there is devil. So it's okay. Keeps
Talk-
the balance.
Talking about social media, I have actually seen your Instagram account,
Okay.
and I see only politics out there. I do not see any personal content. Why is it so?
I keep it professional as much as I can because I think my personal life deserves its privacy.
Are you one of those like having a secret Instagram ID account?
No, I'm not. I'm not. Whatever I have, it's there. It's in the public, and yes,
But do you have any suggestions for people who are actually under this public eye radar? How do they, मतलब उन लोगों को कैसे डील करना चाहिए, ये सारे नेगेटिविटी हो गया, ट्रोलिंग हो गया, कैसे करना चाहिए? बिकॉज इट्स वेरी, आई थिंक फॉर सम पीपल इट माइट बी दे विल लाइक ये ईजी है बोलना, करना मुश्किल है. यू आर स्ट्रांग, यू डिड इट, बट देर आर पीपल हु गेट इंटिमिडेटेड. सो उन लोगों के लिए कुछ सजेशंस हो सकते हैं?
see, it's all in the mind. If you want to make your mind a hell out of heaven or a heaven out of hell, if you want to move on or you want to keep thinking what people are telling and pay heed to that, because I think हम गाड़ी पे जाते हैं कभी whether it's an empty road or कभी, so when we go there are dogs which follows your car, तो इसका मतलब ये तो नहीं कि उनको गाड़ी चलाना है, steering wheel लेना है. They're just coming because they're dogs, they're ultimately barking. So people will eventually come, people will try to pull you down, and when people are trying to pull you down, you have to understand that you're making waves, so you're doing something good, so that's actually a good sign.
uh, you think that people pull you down, but when you get to a par, uh, तब आपको नहीं लगता है that people try to sugarcoat you and try to influence you and to मतलब reap benefits from you? आपको नहीं लगता है ये?
See, that again depends from people to people. ये तो दुनिया की रीत है. मतलब ये गीता में भी लिखा है, तो आई डोंट हैव मच टू से अबाउट इट, बट यही बोलूँगा, क्या लेकर आए थे क्या लेके जाओगे. बी अ गुड ह्यूमन, डू योर थिंग एंड हेल्प पीपल as much as you can. Rest.
But Gurpreet, with great power comes great responsibility. We all know that. And you are in a power. तो आपके पास भी तो ऐसे स्टोरीज होंगे ना कि दैट वेयर पीपल कम टू यू, मे बी सम जेन्युइन एंड सम हु लाइक यार ये मेरा दोस्त है, मैं जाऊँगा, मैं अगर कुछ टाइट स्पॉट में हूँ ये मेरे को बचा लेगा. ऐसा तो हुआ होगा.
Yeah, ऐसा बहुत होता है. People do call people. I know when people call, they're trying to take advantage of me. I know what he's trying to do. People, but I always keep on reminding myself and telling myself that integrity is non-negotiable. So whatever I do, it needs to be right.
विदाउट नेमिंग ऐसे कोई स्टोरीज
बहुत सारे.
बता दो प्लीज.
अब क्या बताऊँ, बहुत सारे हैं कि अब कभी होता है कि कॉप्स ने पकड़ लिया, मुझे फ़ोन आ गया कि ये है, कहीं कोई फंस गया कि ये हो गया. बट आई थिंक पीपल व्हेन दे कॉल, बी इट नॉन पॉलिटिकल और पॉलिटिकल, दे कॉल मी बिकॉज दे सी मी एज अ प्रॉब्लम सॉल्वर मे बी. सो आई थिंक इन द पॉजिटिव एस्पेक्ट कि चलो ठीक है, उसने मुझे बोला है, तो आई ट्राई माई बेस्ट अगेन इन माई ओन कैपेसिटी कि ठीक है, मैं कर पाऊँगा तो डेफिनेटली, इफ नॉट.
ऐसा कभी आपने किसी को पकड़ा है क्या रंगे हाथ कि लाइक देखा भी होगा दैट यू डोंट नो दैट पर्सन एंड दैट पर्सन इज यूजिंग योर नेम टू गेट आउट ऑफ अ टाइट स्पॉट?
यस, दे डू, बट आप क्या कर सकते हो.
तो आप कभी उन लोगों को कन्फ्रंट नहीं करते हो, यार क्यों किया?
अब नहीं, देखिए, आई ऑलवेज बिलीव वन थिंग कि नेचर और सिग्नेचर चेंज नहीं होता है. People, you no matter if you tell them once, twice, keep on telling, they will not change. They'll keep on doing that. So someone needs to just, so I take a step back. And I'm like, okay.
But Gurpreet, how do you stay so grounded? Like, I'm hearing your stories. Like, you do not flex about it. मैंने ये किया वो किया. You don't flex about it. But you are in a power. You have all the right to do that. You have achieved something where most people dream about. But how come you stay so grounded?
By reminding myself that I'm here to serve, not shine. So that keeps me grounded. And जब दिमाग में ज़्यादा अगर ego या attitude चढ़ जाता है, तो मेरे घर के opposite गुरुद्वारा है. So I go into the gurudwara and I sit there, close my eyes, and again I'm back to the same old Gurpreet Saluja.
So you do not pay heed to the chaos of power, fame, money.
See, everything is very much secondary. Like I said, who knew that one day Prime Minister Modi ji would become the Prime Minister of India? Who knew that? Nobody knew, right? But he kept on working. He kept on working hard. People heard bad words. Many things were told about him, but he just kept on doing what he is doing. अगर आप सबकी बातें सुनते रहोगे तो आगे लाइफ में बढ़ोगे कैसे?
So you are more of a believer of कर्म करो फल का चिंता मत करो.
फल की चिंता मत करो. जो तुम्हारा है वो तुम्हारे पास ही आएगा.
But I'm sure you have people around you who feel very intimidated, like who never thought that you would reach at this place and they see you today because you saw it back then. So how does that feel?
Nothing. I just tell them, आओ मेरे साथ चाय पियो, पता चलेगा मैं इतना बुरा नहीं हूँ. See, knowing, I always feel that there's a lot of judgment around. So people tend to tell ki, oh, he's this kind of guy or she's this kind of guy. I said, don't judge people, know them personally. I have heard this comment a lot of times where people tell me that, oh, he's very arrogant. So that always comes from people who doesn't know me. When you meet my close family, my friends, they would tell you how funny a guy I am, how good of a guy I am. मतलब मैं अपने, I'm not blowing my own trumpets, but yes, I think you should know people and then come to a conclusion.
I had a bubble before meeting you and talking to you that politicians are not punctual. Sorry, but
Alright.
politicians are not punctual and politicians are not grounded.
Okay.
And you have just put a pin and burst the bubble, to be very honest. I mean, like, how do you do this?
See, I come from a party where it has ideologies, where there are principles, where there is ethics. So I think I would like to give the credit there, and of course our leader, the Prime Minister, you look at him. So I think that comes from there, and of course from a family where I come from, and we always been taught that when you give someone your time, you should be 10 minutes present, And talking about the humble, being humble and grounded, I think कौन क्या लेकर आया था और क्या लेकर जाएगा. Everything is here. So
आप कुछ लेके नहीं जाओगे ऊपर, आप कुछ लेके आए भी
I
नहीं
always
थे.
tell people when you're born with nothing. So today, whatever we are wearing and whatever we are doing, we are using expensive phones or wearing expensive watches or anything. So we all on the positive side, right? We never got this. So when we leave, also we're gonna take nothing. So till the time you're on this earth, you खुश रहो, लोगों से मिलो, बातचीत करो, do what you love the most, follow your passion, चाय पियो, और ऐश करो.
You have actually focused a lot on chai chai. Do you make good tea?
Yeah, I do make good tea. I've learned the art of making good tea.
Maybe next time we'll sit over a
Oh,
cup of
definitely,
tea.
definitely, I will make you have some good tea.
But I just want to shift this from politics and I just want to ask you, do you believe in manifestation?
Of course, I do very strongly. I'm telling you, like I said this to, to my chairman when he came and asked me that I want to become a politician. I was very clueless. I never thought like, oh, I become a politician. I think I just said it loud in the universe. And there are things I always tell that if you think you can, if you believe you can, if you put it out there in the universe, it will happen. You just got to be patient. Two things: take small steps. You will reach there. आज भी कछुए और खरगोश की कहानी आज भी implement होती है आज की भी ये era में. So keep on doing it. You will eventually reach your goal.
Gurpreet, I think also gratitude and intention also needs to be pure.
Yes, of course. अगर आपकी नीयत साफ नहीं है, your intentions are not right, and you're just doing it for the sake of doing it, and you're pretending to be someone who you're not, that won't take you too far.
I just want to share my experience when I'm talking about manifestation because I'm a true believer of that. I never believed this. One random day I just come across a book, The Secret.
Okay.
So I was reading it, but yes, when I read it first time, I never thought that yaar ye kya bakwas hai. I never thought it. I thought that why not experiment it.
Okay.
मैंने वो किया I guess back in 2018 and people will laugh at me, but I think me getting married to my husband
Okay.
is because a part of my manifestation.
Okay.
So I am a true believer of manifestation, and I think it taught me two things: not being jealous of others' success.
Of course.
It's a jealousy, enviousness is a very human psychology. वो हो जाता है, आप कंट्रोल नहीं है उसके ऊपर. लेकिन मेरे को लगता है जो मैनिफेस्टेशन प्रैक्टिस करते हैं एंड जो अफर्मेशन प्रैक्टिस करते हैं आई गेस ये चीज़ ज़रूर उन लोगों के लाइफ से चला जाएगा, लाइक टू बी जेलस ऑफ समवंस ग्रोथ एंड सक्सेस.
True. Absolutely.
एंड आई गेस बाई टॉकिंग टू यू ऑल्सो दैट इसीलिए यू आर नॉट इनसिक्योर ऑफ पीपल अराउंड यू. You know what you are doing. You know your karam, as you always say that karam karo phal nahi. The way you're talking, I guess you are also a true believer of manifestation, and it has happened to you also.
Yeah, of course, many times, be it in my professional life, be it my personal life, when I got engaged, I had my better half, I always used to tell my friends, oh, see, my wife is going to be good. But yeah, I found my, childhood sweetheart, my childhood, we studied together. So yes, things are good. If you think you believe in things, it will happen.
And I guess the stress level also gets down because you don't think what others are doing. You are just doing your thing, and it just falls into
So
place.
there's no time of thinking what others are thinking and what others are doing. If today I'm not focusing on my things, and I would never be happy if I'm keeping on overthinking that what's gonna happen tomorrow. But I'm spoiling my today, right? So I rather live in the present, do my thing. Kal aap 9 baje kya kar rahi ho? Do you know that? So you never know, right? So when you don't know and you're thinking about tomorrow what's gonna happen at 9 a.m. means you're spoiling what is happening right now at 7 p.m. So rather live today, enjoy today, plan for the future. And whatever you have left in the past, it's just gone. The history has been written and you can't change or eradicate it. So why worry?
Anything from the past, like any funny stories from the past, like which you want to share with us
Many
in
funny
your
stories.
course of journey?
My of course my childhood was nice. I was one of the notorious kid. My school life was good, and I had a very good, nice school time when I was a kid. And then growing up, you know, getting in a different phase of life, learning from people, and मैं ये सीखा हूँ, what I've learned from life, that every level of life will demand the new you. You have to change. This is the season change. You have to change according to it. हम 10 साल पहले कॉन्वर्स बहुत फैशन में था, अभी कॉन्वर्स नहीं पहन के now people are into Yeezys and Jordans. So we are adapting ourselves with whatever is trending.
I guess change is constant.
Change is constant. Change is the only constant, I feel. So yes, अब चलते रहो. Life को इतनी seriously मत लो, because in the end everybody is we're gonna die. Enjoy your life. Do good things in life. Do not create problems for people unnecessarily. Help them and अच्छा करो.
Gurpreet, there is a notion that politics मतलब negativity, opposition, rebellions, बहुत कुछ होता है. But among all this, how do you keep sane? Positivity कैसे लाते हो?
Positivity is something आपको लाने की ज़रूरत नहीं. It's all in the mind. अगर आप बोलोगे कि नहीं, this is affecting me, तो this will affect you. And if you choose कि नहीं, let it be whatever people are doing. I'm gonna make my own path. मैं करने वाला हूँ अपनी चीज़ें. I'm gonna work hard. It's okay. I always tell people fall 7 times, stand up 8. You might not be succeeding in the first go, but try second, try third. When I came to politics, I joined politics. I never thought that, okay, one day I'm going to meet the Prime Minister, or one day I'm going to meet the Home Minister, or I'm going to work closely with the MPs, the member parliaments from here and there. But it just happened because I paved my own way. I worked hard for it, sleepless nights. So I think I'm.
But what motivates you every day to get up and do so many tasks in a day?
It's a purpose. Like I said, it's always the purpose. It's always been the purpose, and it will always be the purpose. The purpose to serve people, the purpose which keeps me driving. And when people call me ki Dada ita kore den, Gurpreet da ita kore den, I think before I just walked into your studio, I got a call ki na Dada, uni amar phone touch na tumi bole diba to amar chakri fix ho jabe. So I think I feel good that because of me something good is happening. I don't demand anything. They're not going to give me anything. But it's just about the blessings or the due respect, and ki haan dada thank you, dhanyabad, tumi kore diyecho.
I guess that thank you matters.
I think it really matters. It does. You feel
You
good.
feel good.
Who doesn't feel good?
Absolutely. The feel is
If
very
you're arrogant and you try to show them,
Mm-hmm.
it's not that I don't get angry. I do, of course, get angry. I'm a human. I have my own flaws. I get angry to some circumstances,
Obviously.
but that doesn't define me. But yes, in the whole, in life is very short. After Ashmit passed away, I realized this. So when he left, I had to analyze a lot of things. It took me, I think, May 2nd he passed. No, May 2nd was my result. May 4th, 2021 he passed away.
That
I
was a
still
big blow to your family.
it was a very big blow because I lost elections, my hard work. Then I lost him. I mean, that was, I was literally on my knees. Like, what has happened? It's like, I have lost something. There's pain inside you, but you can't talk about it because the pain, you can't show it, right? It's unbearable, but you're still living with it. And it took me, I think, 6 months, I think.
I guess you're completely off also from social
I was, and that was the time which made me realize that no, I'll do whatever I want to do. And people always wanted to see a different side of me, which I am. So I said, probably I'll show that side of mine more. And theek hai, you never know what's next in life. If that much 3 to 4 mantras you can do, life becomes very easy. Life is not complicated.
We make it complicated.
It's very nice. You're eating here, you're having a good family, having a good family, we're eating good food, we're going to good places. ठीक है, वो जो लाइफ का स्ट्रगल है वो सबका चलता रहेगा. वो ऊपर नीचे पैसे कमाना है, ये करना, वो चलता रहेगा. आज हम अगर बाटा पहने हैं तो कल हमें गुची चाहिए. अगर गुची पहने हैं तो हमें एलवी चाहिए. मतलब वो सब वो कभी एंड नहीं होगा. बट थिंग है कि डे टू डे लाइफ इज गुड.
I guess we often forget, but we are blessed with a lot of things that people only dream about.
Arey bro, I'm telling you, I was with one of my friend Rishi, my best friend Rishi Das. He's a Bengali. I told you. So I know both the couples from they were dating time, and Rishi I know from I think 15 years now. So it's my best buddy. Her wife and my better half, they are very close buddies. Okay. So one day I was just talking, and Rishi is a very humorous guy. Okay, very intellectual. So one day I was talking to him, and I told him, he's like, "ये waiter कितना कमाता होगा?" Then I replied, because my uncle and all they into hotel line, so I understand. I said probably 10,000, 12,000. And then after that I told, bro, how do they survive in 10, 12,000, man? I said, we go out for dinners with family. I mean, we spend that money. I mean, imagine in that 10, 12,000, he's working 12 hours. I'm sure he has a kid. I'm sure he has a mother. Bro, how? Then my friend told me, bro, we are very lucky. We don't appreciate.
Right. We don't appreciate the things we have.
We are still so like, no, this, that, no, but we have to be, thanking our parents, because I think our parents did the hard job.
Absolutely.
My grandfather, when he came, the undivided India, partition time, he came, he set a small shop of peanuts, I guess my dad told me. And then after that, the whole Saluja clan came. Slowly, initially he did, So what he did today, my father doubled it. The legacy is going now. We are taking care of it.
Right.
So we have to be thankful.
Absolutely. And I guess what our parents did, if we can do 50% of it.
I said 10%.
10% of it, absolutely.
In today's date, I said 10% of it. What house we live in, I think you can make a same house also.
Right. Well, sometimes I see, because they never had any backup. They came as a single person because they never had this inheritance wala paisa, virasat ke paise. They never saw that.
So that's what my dad still works. My dad is a workaholic. My dad is 55. He still goes to office around 9:30. He comes back home for lunch around 1:32. Again, he'll go to office at 3, 1 up. Again, he'll come at night at 9. So he's a workaholic. He does it. And sometimes mom does not take rest. So I tell her also, I said, let it be. I said, because that's how he functions. That what's keep him going and happy. So if that is keeping him happy,
let him.
Because I know if he sits at home, no,
Then some things, yeah,
he'll
things
create a
will,
ruckus.
yeah.
He's not in a good state of mind.
Right,
This,
right,
that. So I think
absolutely.
let people do whatever they're
Usually
doing.
it happens for the old age people, once they are in a leadership position and suddenly they don't do anything, they feel that, okay, am I not wanted? They get this one of
Yeah,
this feeling,
they
and it's
do.
a
They
very
do.
bad feeling,
They do.
I
They do.
suppose too.
They do.
But yeah, we are blessed, but we don't appreciate the things we have. As you said just now, na, that why can't we enjoy the present? Why do we have to think tomorrow 9 p.m. क्या कर रहे
क्या कर रहे हैं? मतलब पूछो 9 बजे आपको
हैं?
पता है?
हाँ हाँ,
अब कल 9 बजे कितने people who have died today had plans for tomorrow,
right.
right? कि कल मैं ये करूँगा, but I don't know. There's so many people who have died. If you see the ratio, lakhs and lakhs people die, millions of millions people are born.
Absolutely.
So they had ideas, but they didn't know. No. So why are we thinking about tomorrow? Why can't we live in the present? Why can't we embrace ourselves and okay, this is it. This is life. If today I go out, I meet two friends, I have a plate of momo.
Right.
That's good enough.
Absolutely. I guess little joys makes your day much more better
Yeah.
rather
So
than
I
any
think people
pompous
have
thing.
to, rekindle with themselves and think about it. This is a very serious topic.
Gurpreet, what is one thing you think जो politicians को अभी देखना चाहिए, उसको concentrate करना चाहिए in relation to the youth?
I think more transparency. I think it builds trust. The more transparent it is, people can actually see through what's happening. So I think it's one of the most important keys.
Uh, do you want to share some moments with your offices, with your MP offices?
Yeah, I mean, it's working with the stalwart MPs is always amazing. You learn a lot from them. They have a lot of experience. The decision making you talk about. The leadership skills, and day to day, I think you always learn something with them. Our MP, our dynamic MP from our region, Raju Bashchi. He's young. He's full of energy. So whenever we are around, it's always something to learn. And he's a second time MP. So of course people they really love him, and for a reason he's the second time MP. And also good, I mean, working with the Jalpaiguri MP हैं हमारे डॉक्टर जयंत कुमार है दादा, he is amazing. मेरे mentor निशित प्रमाणिक दादा हैं, उनके साथ जिनके साथ मैं था अभी भी हूँ, काफ़ी साल से जुड़ा हुआ हूँ. And so learn a lot of things. So
How does your day to day happenings or experiences do you learn something in your what is the most important thing you have learned in your life from these daily experiences?
the one thing I have learned from my life daily experience, that if you believe in yourself, if you think you can do it, no matter you're standing alone, stand up, do it. So that's what I have done for myself. When I entered politics, I didn't know jack shit about it. I didn't know what is to be into politics. You know, like you, I also saw it, outside the bubble. But when I was getting inside, मैं बोलता हूँ कभी कभी लोगों को शुरू मजबूरी में किए थे लेकिन अब मज़ा आ रहा है. So it's like when I entered, I didn't know what's happening, but I was learning. It was very overwhelming, standing along with the, MPs, the MLAs, the district presidents, and a lot of influential people, me traveling with Dada here and there for campaigning in different cities for elections. It was very nice. And, initially I used to just be quiet, listen to them. And I think I'm more of a quiet person when it comes to politics. But yeah, I always seek the art of talking less, listening to them, because you learn a lot.
You avoid the 3 M's, as you said.
Yes, मंच माला एंड माइक वो अवॉइड करता हूँ मैं. और मैंने बोला आप काम करो, अच्छा करो, people will eventually choose you. People will know that okay, he is a problem solver, and just keep on doing. Don't expect anything in return.
I guess one of the best things for your profession is you get to meet a lot of people.
Oh yes, I do.
A different character people, where we cannot even think about कि ऐसा भी होता है. I guess there are कुछ ना कुछ bits and pieces होता ज़रूर होगा कि सबसे कुछ ना कुछ हम लोग सीखे.
See, Nirvana का एक quote था, Nirvana. I still remember one of my childhood friends had written it on our desk, school desk, that take the best of me and leave the rest with me. So I think it was in class 4 or 5, and I still remember that. And I think लोगों के पास अगर bad है तो good भी है, तो हम good लेते हैं. You don't have to take the bad. I have my own flaws, you have your own. So take the good of me and leave the rest with me. तो I think सबके साथ सबको कुछ सीखने को तो कुछ मिलता ही है.
I guess.
जो बंद घड़ी होती है वो भी दिन में 2 वक्त का टाइम तो सही दिखाती है ना, तो बस वही मान के चलिए आप.
यार कितने सही बोलते हो. अभी तो
हाँ,
मतलब मंच भी नहीं है, आप इतना अच्छे बोलते हो यार. आई एम
इसलिए तो मंच अवॉइड कर रहा हूँ.
no, no, actually, I guess very deep and very inspiring, I will say. And when I'm talking about inspiring, who inspires you the most?
So there are not many people who inspire me the most, but one of the people I've always looked forward to when I was a kid and when I grew up, it was always Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. Because of two things, his vision and his humility. I think because looking at such leaders, I think that's what humility comes in here also. So I think, yes, he does.
Gurpreet, I want to ask one nation, one election. What is your take on that?
See, I think it's an amazing thing which the government is trying to implement, and I think after having one nation, one election, I think the elections would be done in a more effective manner. There will be less disruption. There will be less cost cutting, I feel, and it will also give us a chance to enhance more voters. So I think yes, in the near future we will.
And one line for people who think politics means paisa or power.
आगे देखो तब पता चलेगा आपको.
Like, I guess when they'll walk, when they'll go to the field, I guess it will be timing. That
Yes,
will be the time.
see, everything looks very fancy from outside. We see a movie, we say, oh wow, Ranbir Kapoor is so good, Alia Bhatt is so good, but we don't see the struggle behind it. We went to see Bahubali, wow, but you see कि राजमौली साहब ने कितना का set लगाया. He has worked his, and he's gave 5 years to that movie. So hard work pays off. Nothing comes easy in today's date.
And
आप सुबह उठो के भी खाना आपके सामने रख दूंगा तो हाथ तो आपको लगाना ही पड़ेगा ना. It won't come flying in your mouth. तो everybody has their own struggles, चाहे वो businessman हो, politician हो, doctor हो.
I guess हम लोग एक जगह भूल जाते हैं when we see the fancy things, when we see the star-studded things. उसमें जो वो लगन लगा था, उसमें जो वो स्ट्रगल लगा था, वो हम लोग हमेशा अवॉइड कर लेते हैं. वी ओनली सी द शॉर्टकट. बट कुछ शॉर्टकट नहीं होता है, जैसे आप अभी बोलो नथिंग कम्स फॉर फ्री, नथिंग कम्स ईजी. अगर वो स्ट्रगल का लैडर अगर कोई भी चलेगा, आई गेस वैसा सक्सेस सबको ही मिलेगा.
See, I always tell the grass is always greener on the other side. Depends on which side you water it. दूसरों का घर, दूसरों की गाड़ी, दूसरों का खाना सबको अच्छा लगता है. हम रेस्टोरेंट में भी जानते हैं तो देखते रहे वो खाना अच्छा लग रहा है, ये मंगाओ. तो ऐसे बट यू फोकस ऑन योर ओन. If you do it on your own, you want to do it, stand up, work hard, you will get it then. चाहे वो कुछ भी हो, not only politics. I think in your day-to-day life, आप business start कर रहे हो, or you have a good startup coming up, you have a vision in your mind. It will take time eventually, but you will reach there. Believe in yourself.
I guess be it any field, politics, acting, doctor, engineer, I guess there are few things which are signature. एक तो है आपका intention pure होना चाहिए,
True.
gratitude होना चाहिए, with a dash of manifestation and affirmation, of course. Struggle या फिर hard work हम लोग जो बोलते हैं, and I guess people will be good to go on their own.
Of course. This is the key. This is the mantra. Nothing comes easy. Nobody told you or me that life would be a bed of roses. We get up, we do our day-to-day struggle. Today you see the richest man in the world. He also gets up, goes to work. Today you see a rickshawala also. He also gets up, goes to the work. There's a story. I'll just add on few things. I was seeing a movie. I don't know. I'm just forgetting the name. So the actor says one line that जंगल में हर सुबह शेर भी उठता है, हिरन भी उठता है. शेर सोचता है आज अगर मैं अच्छे से नहीं भागा तो मैं हिरन का शिकार नहीं कर पाऊंगा, और हिरन ये सोचता है कि अगर आज मैं अच्छे से नहीं भागा जोर से तो मेरा शिकार हो जाएगा. तो द मॉरल ऑफ द स्टोरी इज भागना तो सबको पड़ेगा, हार्ड वर्क तो सबको करना पड़ेगा. विदाउट हार्ड वर्क नथिंग इज पॉसिबल.
And I guess people seeing the fancy things will not work. I remember when you were saying this story, I recently saw a reel or a video in the making of the Disneyland. So jab Walt Disney was working very hard to create that masterpiece. So I guess while it was opening, Walt Disney was not there. He left for the heavenly abode. So people were like, wish Walt could see this. Then his brother came up on the stage and they said that world has seen it, that is why you could see it.
See it, of course.
So struggle वो किया है, वो सक्सेसफुल मास्टर. आप लोग सिर्फ एक डिज्नीलैंड देख रहे हो, लेकिन वो स्ट्रगल आपने नहीं देखा था. और उन्होंने वो उन्होंने स्ट्रगल किया क्योंकि उन्होंने ऑलरेडी देख लिया था उनको क्या बनाना है.
That's what I said. Destination is important, but it's less important than the journey. The journey matters. और वही journey में there'll be obstacles, hurdles, people will talk about you, people will not support you, you'll be surprised. Who you thought to be your friends turn out to be enemy, and your enemy comes and keeps on helping you, they become your friends. So it's all a mix of love, laughter, happiness, sadness, ups, downs, but it's a good journey. Enjoy it.
Gurpreet, when you're talking about surprising element, is there anything surprising you have learned while after getting into the politics, which an outsider doesn't know?
See, it's very philosophical though. What I've learned is you're on your own. You either die as a hero or live long enough to see yourself turn into a villain.
Oh, okay.
So you're on your own, you do your thing. If you fall back, you have to catch yourself and you have to believe in yourself and just keep doing what you're doing.
And Gurpreet, thank you so much for today. But before we bid you bye, what's next in your journey?
What next in my journey? That's a good question. Yeah, I have kept a lot of things on my uh, mind which I want to implement. One of the main things which I had done, I think, a couple of years back was a menstrual hygiene, campaign which I had done with the Honorable MP of Jalpaiguri. So we had distributed five, not five, I think 5 lakh sanitary pads. Yes, we had distributed, and also we had a team which we were supposed to get from Bombay, and the people who are unemployed to teach them how to make a pad actually. Yes, so there were doctors coming from Bombay. They will teach them how to make pads, and they can even sell it, and एक income generate कर उनके लिए रहेगा. And second was one more skill center, which we are again are planning. So let's see. I think these are in my mind in the near future to do something to generate more employment and also to bridge the rural and urban gap.
I guess that's a wonderful. You have quite a lot of pipelines.
Yes, of course. I think you need to give yourself some goals, some that what you're gonna do. आप 5 mind पे रखते हो, अब 3 ही accomplish कर लो. I
वही
think
बहुत
that's
बड़ी
more than
बात है.
enough. Yes.
Exactly. And if you have to explain politics in a Bollywood tagline, what would it be?
The two things, the two taglines which comes to my one is drama, action, and vision. It would be we the people, and दूसरा it would, if I have to keep, कि ये दिल मांगे more.
Absolutely.
Bring it on.
Thank you so much, Gurpreet, for joining in today. It
Pleasure
was
is
a
all mine.
lovely
Thank you for
evening.
having me.
Thank you, thank you. And that's a wrap on today's electric episode. After this episode, I learned one thing, that if you want to reach somewhere, you need to begin first. So, guys, it's time for me to say you bye. Yes, but stay curious, stay grounded, and the tales may end, but the talks will go on.